Today morning, as I was reflecting with my morning journaling, I stumped up upon something very interesting. And the reason why I say it is interesting because it plays out in our heads very strongly and it has a potential to kind of bring us down and essentially adds to that whole thing of procrastination, laziness, etc. etc. So let me tell you what I actually reflected on. So there are quite many days where I think about a lot of things to do on a day-to-day basis, and I will keep a mental note of those things as I wake up. And I would continue to think about how to do it, how it will look like, etc., etc. And eventually, as the day will come to an end, I'll realize that probably I have not even done a 40% of what I was thinking or making a mental note for. And that kind of agitates you, irritates you, it makes you feel very frustrated, and moreover, it gives you a lot of stress if this aspect continues for a prolonged period of time. I am assuming that you have experienced this at a point in time, or maybe you're experiencing it right now. And it doesn't matter if you're a student, it doesn't matter if you're working, it doesn't matter if you're owning a startup, if you're doing anything, right? It could be about anything that you're thinking and you're wanting to do, but then end up doing nothing. And there are three big reasons, right? There could be many, but I could cite out three main. Number one is this of the brain's ability to do problem solving mechanics in our head, right? Our brain has a tremendous capacity, and it actually comes from the evolutionary aspect of us as human and human brain, where we look at a fight mode and a flight mode and then operate accordingly. So every time there is something that is brewing, it'll start trying to solve it then and there. There is that problem solving mechanism. Now, when that problem solving mechanism happens, it tries to think a lot of different things, which leads to that overthinking. And then it becomes a deterrent, it's a downside. The second one is very intriguing. As humans, we have a very interesting way to deal with uncertainty, right? And that is where we start thinking. And when we think, it makes us feel or perhaps have an illusion of control and predictability. Therefore we start thinking about different situations, different personas, different ways of doing the same thing again and again in our head, thinking that we will end up with the best possible solution. And that affects us to not do anything. And the last one, this is where a lot of vulnerability and courage is required in terms of self acceptance, because this is about us very subconsciously telling ourselves that if we think more, we will be able to sympathize, and that comes from the willingness to seek attention or validation, right? And that kind of helps more than actually doing what you are thinking. And that is why you would have often heard many people kind of positioning and showcasing that, oh, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I'm so busy, right? And these are the three big aspects that kind of become the deterrent for you to think about things and not end up doing it. The question is what to do then. And the answer is plainly simple, just do it. And that's what I'm telling myself, that if there is an idea, if there is something that has popped up in my head, instead of spending too much time into thinking, overthinking, analyzing, and just do it. Just get on with it. Just let the rubber meet the road and run with it. That's what we got to do. And this validates for me that at times we try to overcomplicate things, but things are way simple than it looks like in our head. Hopefully this was useful. It was useful for me and I thought to pay it forward. This is your host Kostav at the Unfold Learning Podcast. Stay tuned for more such perspectives and learnings.